1 second. I gotta get this other phone right, man. Let's try it now. Shalom, shalom. Call all YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, Brakatham, Brother Tazawam. Yeah. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, and verse 5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI, and evil and only evil, behold, is come, and end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. Call halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH, which is giving our praise to the Most High, and name of His only begotten Son, and name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our teachers, the elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught us His truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Shalom to 144,000. You know, here it is. I just figured I'll press the button and, you know, go live and let some of these videos play, man. All right, but this is from the channel Darius M. The guy has a great channel, man. He goes into a lot of red pill stuff, but also, you know, he just exposes a lot of stuff that's going on in the society as a whole due to feminism and entitlement of these women. And now you see they're running out of these stores with grocery cartons full of food and they really expect them to get away. All right, so we understand that this is leading up into famine and starvation here in America, and it's only going to get worse as time goes on. All right, so it's our job to prophesy these things, to let you know what's on the horizon. Okay, prophesy means to say before, so we're going to tell you what's coming before it gets here. If we told you it was coming as it already got here, it won't be much of a prophecy, okay, or much of prophesying. So through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, the Lord has given us the eyesight to peep and understand what's going on in this wicked world that we in, and to report on it. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. Lord, when it's edifying to the full elect. Once again, double honors to our elders and apostles to teach, and our elders, apostles, and the head bishops who taught us His truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the whole elect scattered abroad. Shalom.
Ain't no rain. Hey, look at this. Bro.
The captain says these two girls really thought they was gonna casually walk out with 2 big carts of groceries. He said, not today. Guys, this is feast or famine. A lot of these women, they're used to getting EBT, 10, 20, 30 years, their entire adult life. These SNAP benefits, they get passed on down from generation to generation. So when you cut that off, I'm telling you, it's like they're gonna be drug addicts on crack. They're used to a certain type of diet. Look at this. When you fill your cart up, you don't think about what's healthy. You think about what makes you feel good. So you get juices, donuts, cupcakes, all crab legs, all that stuff. You don't think about eating healthy because you're in a shitty state in life. So you want to put whatever in your body to make you feel good right then and there. So they get junk food.
Ain't no way.
Look at this.
Hey, look at this. Bro. Ain't no way.
It's crazy. These caught on video unloading 2 shots.
Hey, this show you it ain't just Jake, all right? It ain't just Jake, bro. But it's, you know, the dependent and deplorable of our people or of these people that really depend upon this government, man. You trusted in Esau, so you expecting this man to feed you, and if he don't feed you, you feel entitled. All right, they feel entitled, like they gotta get there, they gotta get food stamps, they gotta eat. And these are gonna be the same people that's gonna end up taking that MOTB when it's rolled out, man. Because why? They feel like they gotta eat. All right, and like he said, they're addicted to these chemicals in this food. It's like a damn dope fiend, you know. When they're in withdrawals, they gotta have it, you know. And that's what these people are going through right now. They're going through withdrawals, and it's only been a couple days here. What it is, the 9th, you know. And them benefits ain't hit yet. So people are going to start losing it. And this is what they're hoping for. They're hoping you go out there and start stealing and acting crazy. So as Trump said, famously quoted, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. All right, this is all going according to their plan because they want to bring in a MOTB. Okay, they want to collapse the system and bring in a new system with this great reset. Let me bring this back, though, one of my favorite precepts. And I'm reading NLT. Okay, because the Lord is really the one that's doing this, man. It says, I'm going to go up a little bit. It says, Ezekiel chapter 7 and let's go to verse 1 in the NLT. It says, then this message came to me from the Lord, YAHAWASHI. It says, son of man, this is what the sovereign Lord says to Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians. We've been saying that over and over again, our elders and apostles for decades now. See, the Lord is speaking to you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians, okay? It says, the end is here. Wherever you look, east, west, north, or south, your land is finished, right? This place is through, bro. America is on its way out, man. Okay? This place is finished. The end is here. The end of food stamps, the end of riding the gravy train of America, the end of, you know, the American dream. All that shit is coming to an end. Okay? And we're grateful because that means that our kingdom is going to be established on earth. Okay? But right now, this devil, he's the one that's calling the shots, and he's the one that's starving you out. Okay, it was a video I put up the other day. A woman said, I didn't really think they were going to starve us, but here it is. They're starving us. Yeah, they're going to starve you, man. Okay, because that's a great control mechanism. Food and hunger is a great control mechanism. Okay, you people will do anything for food. The scripture says, man shall not live by bread alone. To grab that too. All right? Because if you carnal, which these brute beasts, that's what they are. They're carnal. They don't understand the spiritual. All they understand is the physical. Okay? If you're carnal, you're going to think that if you don't have food, you're going to die. You can go some days without eating, man. It's a such thing called fasting. But these Babylonians, they don't know anything about fasting. They haven't fasted a day in their life. They'll look at you crazy when you talk about fasting. Okay? And it's going to show you in this video how these people start trashing these stores, which is all that's going to do is make it where you really don't have any food. All right, these stores are going to have to shut down, and eventually there's going to be no food in the stores at all. All right, then they're going to start going door to door. And this is an exciting time because we know the Lord is going to be with us. But we're going to watch a lot of you people suffer. Scripture says, at famine and destruction, thou shalt laugh. We're going to be laughing at you people, watching you starve, okay? Stomach touching your back. Let's go back. It says, no hope remains, for I will unleash my anger against you. And this is what YAHAWASHI is doing. He's unleashing his anger. This is why they can't come to an agreement, which they have the money. The money's already there. These are billionaires and trillionaires and bazillionaires. They have the money. They have the means. But they're not going to do it because the Lord's anger is remaining here, man. The Lord is unleashing his anger upon his people because you didn't want to repent. You didn't want to get right. Now it's time for the scourges. It says, I will call you to account for all your detestable sins. And this is what the Lord is doing. He's calling you to account for all your detestable sins. You know, they was taking them SNAP benefits and they was buying crab legs and catfish and, you know, pork rinds and whatever the fuck, bro. So now when you ain't getting that and you starving, we gonna watch and we gonna see. Guess what? We still eating. Later today, I'm gonna put a bunch of meat on the grill, you know, for my meal prep, man. The Lord taking care of us. We good. Bills paid. All right. But everybody else out here who rejected YAHAWASHI, and now that the government is rejecting you, you're going to be on your ass, bro. Okay? It's going to be bad. So even with that, we got to be spiritual and be circumspect in these last days, bro. You're going to have people just, you know, looking for the next lick. All right? Because they're starving. They're hungry. People are, you know, violence is going to increase. And that's what you see in this video. People just going to these stores, snatching shit, running out, destroying these stores. It says, I will turn my eyes away and show no pity. Scripture says you shall be in a pitiful case. The Lord says he's going to show no pity. I will repay you for all your detestable sins. So there's a payment for that, man. All the wickedness you've been doing, the homosexuality, the adultery, you know, the drug abuse and drug use, witches and warlocks. The Lord's got there's a punishment for all that, man. The eating abomination, the doing abominable things. It says, then you will know that I am YAHAWASHI. So you're going to know who the true God of the Bible was. You got Drewski and these clowns making fun and laughing and joking, but it ain't going to be funny when you niggas are starving. When you ain't ate in 3 days. Okay? So this is an exciting time for us because we told you this was coming. We seeing it playing out. I'm so excited. Call on YAHAWASHI. We feel good. All right? For you prophets out there, you true believers, you sincere worshipers of YAHAWASHI, you should feel good right now. Okay? Because the greatest I told you so is coming. The greatest I told you so is coming, bro. And we seeing it playing out. And the Lord is maintaining us in the midst of it. He's maintaining us. While everybody else is starving, suffering, you getting the stomach pains. You know how you get hungry and you get the stomach shalom, you get them stomach pains, you know? Scripture talk about how they shall pine away. There was a woman talking about she was starving and she was fat as hell. You people ain't starving yet till your stomach touching your back. You gonna know what starvation is though, bro. Okay? Like I said, this food got a bunch of drugs on it. And I'm gonna play more of this video, so like I'm just getting, you know, the spirit moving. But it says, this is what the sovereign Lord says, disaster after disaster is coming your way. So you think this is bad right now? You think this is a problem? More problems are coming. Okay? More hell is coming. It says, the end is come. It has finally arrived. Call HALAL YAHAWASHI. We've been prophesying this was coming for years. Certain brothers, decades. And now it's finally arriving. It's here. It's here. We're seeing it. We was crazy 2-3 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. 6 years ago. We was crazy. Oh, y'all niggas crazy. That never happened. This is America. Well, look at America now. Okay? There's children starving in America. It says, your final doom is waiting. And the Lord got special judgment set up for you people, bro. All right? Special judgments, you know, special ways to take you out. Your final doom is awaiting. All right? So let's play some more. We'll grab some more precepts.
Shopping carts full of stolen merchandise because no more SNAP benefits. They are looting. They have no conscience. They don't care if they go to jail because they got to eat. It's survival.
Hey, if they go to jail, at least they're going to have food in the bed, you know, chow, you know, and a cot. So people, they don't think going to jail is so bad now.
Look at this.
Hey, and
active robbery in progress, BJ's Concord.
It's an active robbery in progress. And, you know, fair use, you know, just in case Darius get mad. Darius, I'm not making any money off this. It's just for educational purposes. All right. But we see what's going on and we understand what this is all going to lead up to. It's only going to get worse. You know who knows that more than anybody? The prophets. Because we understand the will of YAHAWASHI. Okay. You people are going to be eating your own children very soon. This is the reality. It is what it is.
Wow.
This is disgusting.
They just don't care. Do you see how the front license plate, how it's got black duct tape on it?
Spray paint, I think.
So they won't get tracked? Look at that.
Through.
That's crazy, man. That's duct tape on it.
Red Pontiac, Swell Silver. I felt like jail. Damn, what the fuck?
Wow. Listen, they're terrorizing Walmart. Walmart, they get hit hard.
They're going to shut these stores down.
Fucking crazy.
Hey, so look, I'm gonna teach y'all a
He
thing.
tried to run out with it.
Whenever you come to Walmart,
and you got just a little bit of stuff, not a lot of stuff, this is what you do. You go in here.
This is the dumbest thing, bro. This is how you know Jake is sottish, which means stupid. You're filming yourself committing a crime. They don't have to go chase you. They gonna already just find your account, okay, and track you down, okay? It's idiotic. It says Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. It says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. People gonna be stampeding over each other to get out these stores with this food, bro. They're not gonna care about the old lady that's at the, the greeter at Walmart. They're gonna run her ass over and probably kill her, stomping all over her just to try to get out the store with all that junk food and garbage, processed garbage. That's another thing too, bro. Stop eating that processed garbage, man. Learn to eat whole foods, real food. All this garbage they sell us in these stores, and Walmart especially, majority of those aisles are complete garbage, okay? If not all of those aisles are complete garbage. I got something, I always go into it, is something called a YAHAWAH app. Go look up YAHAWAH, it's YUKA, I believe. And anything you about to go in these stores and buy, scan it on that app, and it's gonna tell you if you need it or not, man. All right, it's gonna tell you all the chemicals in it. It's gonna tell you what it'll do to your body. And when you read what the side effects of that shit, you're not gonna want to eat it. You'll lose your appetite quick. Okay. This is why I go to, like, I'll go more so to, those local butcher shops where the Edomites shop at. Edomites be 90 years old, still jogging and shit down the street because they getting their food from these better stores. The produce. You can go to one of those produce stands where the bell peppers ain't stuffed with all type of chemicals and stuff, and get healthier food, and that helps you think clearer. That helps you where your hunger doesn't your hunger is quenched for longer times. You're not hungry all the time, but when you're eating this processed garbage, it makes it where basically you're always hungry, because you're not eating real food. Look at this, verse 12 in the NLT. Sin will be rampant everywhere, and stealing is a sin, okay? Stealing is a sin. So if you think the Lord is going to have any mercy upon you for stealing and make your situation better, he's not. It's only going to get worse. You're not supposed to be stealing. He's going to show you how he's stealing, basically. It says, the love of many will grow cold. People going to get ruthless out here, all right? People gonna be going into these stores with pocket knives on them, guns on them, all right? Pepper spray. And if you get in their way, they gonna shank you up and pop you. Stay out of the way. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. So the one who endures to the end will be saved, man. All right, and that's what we plan to do. Lord willing, the Lord be with us, that we endure to the end. But going into these stores and stealing and, filming yourself doing it, you're not gonna last very long, man. Okay, that's the dumbest thing a criminal can do. A criminal can do is film themselves committing a crime. It says, and the good news about the kingdom will be preached throughout the whole world, so that all nations will hear it, and then the end will come. So this gospel, this good news has been preaching to the whole world. The whole world has heard about this word by now, man. So now we're seeing the end being made manifest. Okay? Let's play some more.
Fucking crazy. Hey, so look, I'm gonna teach y'all a thing or two, right? Whenever you come to Walmart and you got just a little bit of stuff, not a lot of stuff, this is what you do. You go in here, you walk this motherfucker, you don't worry about her, them, him, or them. All you worry about, basically, is just pushing through. Y'all be worried about security and shit. Look, 1, 2, 3.
That's crazy. He just called them out, pushing through. Woo. Listen, grocery price is going to go up significantly.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing. That's how it's going to get, it's going to cause hyperinflation. But for he was obviously a bigger guy. They wasn't finna get in his fucking way, no way. All right? So you go try that same thing, and you're going to get tackled and punched out before you even get to the doors.
Of all the theft and looting.
You just keep pushing. That's the way. All you got to do is, look, I don't know where the hell this keep going. Why are you running?
You running from your big ass.
Is fill in the basket and walk out. And hopefully they hit you, that way you get paid for it. But they didn't. But
Wow.
that's how you go into Walmart and get a free basket. Security won't touch you. You just gotta watch out for LP.
I mean, when you think about these people's mindsets that he's stealing and looting, it's either I starve or I'm gonna go to jail. So it's like they're like, man, listen, I'm not gonna starve. Y'all seen jails meals before? I mean, it looks like slop. They don't care. They're like, listen, I gotta eat. And notice how when you look in their carts or whatever they're stealing, it's always pops, snacks, candy. You never see them stealing vegetables or anything like that, apples or celery. They always steal stuff that gives them that quick rush. Those Skittles, big bags of Reese's, Snickers, that's what they take.
Hey, for everybody watching,
Look at this cart.
go get you some free shit. That's a cheat code. All you gotta do is be able to fill up your basket and walk out with it. The rest is history.
Hey, yo, quit panicking, man. We black, we white, we Chinese, we done been through this shit before. You know what I'm saying? We done been broke. Hey, it ain't nothing to it. November 3rd, stamps will be getting cut off. I need everybody to meet me at Walmart, 6:30. 7 o'clock, 7:30, we walking out that thing, fill your buggy up, man, run.
It's crazy. See, it's not just the women, it's these single mother raised dudes too. They got this mindset. They're organizing theft. Isn't this a felony? Like to the highest degree that you're organizing theft, burglary, robbery. This is crazy. They don't even care. This is what happens when you take away these people's free food that they get for living off the taxpayers' dollars. They don't even think straight. They don't think, you know what? It's probably easier for me to just get a job. They don't care about going to jail. They don't
Well, ain't no jobs. You can't get a job. Ain't no jobs, man. Ain't no jobs hiring right now. If you got a job, you better work your ass off at that job and stay at that job because there ain't no jobs hiring. People are getting laid off. Hundreds of thousands of people getting laid off every other day, man. All right, so ain't no jobs, okay? They're backing you into a corner where you got no choice but to fucking steal. That's the sad reality. That's the sad truth. This is why we put our faith and our trust in Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Lord gonna make a way out for us, but for everybody else, bro, hey, it's gonna be every man for himself out here pretty soon, bro. All right, and these people ain't got no type of sense. They don't fear the Lord. They don't know the Lord. So it's just gonna get worse. It's just gonna get worse, man. You know? This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. It says, "For there will be greater anguish than at any time since the world began." This is in NLT, Salakia. "And it will never be so great again. In fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened," the Lord gonna have to shorten these times, man. He gonna speed things up. It says, "In fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, not a single person will survive." Nobody's going to survive if the Lord don't come soon, man. We'll all starve to death if the Lord don't come soon. "But it will be shortened for the sake of God's chosen ones, for the elect's sake." The Lord is shortening these times for the elect's sake. So he's speeding up the times and shortening these days for the elect's sake. You notice how now it's getting darker a lot sooner, a lot quicker, because the whole time change thing, whatever. Since Halloween, it's getting darker a lot quicker now, man. You know, 6:30, it's already dark as hell outside, you know. The Lord is speeding up these times, man. These days are going by faster, which means what? That we're that much closer to getting delivered. It says, that's the point.
Nothing. Because the truth be told, they're already in a prison themselves. The government has them in a prison when they get Section 8 housing, $50 a month. That's a prison. Because you can't do better in life. Else you're going to get kicked out of that Section 8. They're always in a prison.
Just get ready to run. You know what I'm saying? Have your car parked a block away. As long as you can run a block, we can get away.
Most of you motherfuckers can't run a block.
Quit panicking.
Hey,
It's
most
gonna
of
be
you
all right, man.
people can't run a block, bro. They can't run a block. If they've been getting food stamps for 20 years and on Section 8 or whatever, you know, they used to sit on their ass. They used to having everything given to them easy, so they can't run a block. They can't run 20 feet without passing out. Might have a heart attack, croak over, and die. You know, they got a big old dookie book bag on they, you know, hanging off the front side. These people cannot run for a damn thing, bro. Most of you people ain't ran since you was kids. Okay? Most of you Americans ain't ran since you were children. And that's ridiculous. That's despicable. Okay, that's atrocious. But that's the truth. All right?
Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Put your running shoes on.
And it's not gonna be all right. That's just what these pastors telling you. The shave face niggas telling me everything is gonna be all right. Put your running shoes on. He telling you to commit a crime and it's gonna be all right. That's you know, bad advice. It's not gonna be all right. It's only gonna get worse here, man. What happens when there's no food to steal? Okay? What happens when there's no food to steal? Let me see. Let me grab this too, man. All right. This is the book of Kings, 2 Kings. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 25. It says, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it. You see, there was a great famine, which is a lack of food, okay? And they besieged the city, which means they cut everything off from coming in and going out, all right? This is our history. It says, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head, a donkey's head, was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cap of dove's dung, bird shit, was sold for 5 pieces of silver. So people were buying these things just to have something to eat, just to have something to satisfy themselves, man. It was eating bird shit just to have something to eat, you know? A donkey's head. Which there's no meat on that. And it's an unclean animal. It showed you how bad it got. You got accounts of people eating leather belts and stuff, man. Okay, leather shoes and whatnot. People was eating anything they could find. Okay? It says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman saying, help, my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord YAHAWASHI doth not help thee, whence shall I help thee? If the Lord ain't help you, how can I help you? Okay? If God himself ain't helping you, how can I help you? All right, Shalom, brother Nagad, the water. I'll grab that too at the water, bro. It says, out of the barn floor or out of the wine press. He said, it ain't shit on the barn floor. It ain't nothing in the wine press. There is no food. There is nothing to drink. How can I help you? But she was already past that. Listen to what she said. And the king said to her, what aileth thee? What's wrong? What is the matter? I'm reading this in NLT as well. It says, and she answered and said, and she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So this woman made a deal with her. Give me your son, and we can eat him today, and we can eat my son tomorrow. Think about these women out here that's having all these damn kids, just so they can continue to get these benefits, man. Kicking the dad out, okay? Talking about they're a single mom. I'm a single mom. Okay, you got these women that take pride in that now, being a single mom. They'll purposely kick the dad off, run the dad off, so they can say they're a single mom. They did it all by themselves, and raise some destroyed ass children. Okay. It says, so we boiled my son, and did eat him. This is what was happening amongst our people back in the day. How much more today? Okay, there's nothing new under the sun. This is coming back. Cannibalism. People gonna be literally eating their children. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she hath hid her son. So she pretty much played her. She hid her son. And it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes, and he passed by upon the wall. And the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. I mean, he's like, God damn, like what? In the NLT though, in the NLT it says, Verse 25, as a result, there was a great famine in the city. The siege lasted so long that a donkey's head sold for 80 pieces of silver. That's a lot of money. Okay. It says, and a cup of dove's dung, a cup of bird shit. Okay? Bird dookie. Can you imagine that? Hey, we was catching hell, bro. And we coming into the worst time in history. The worst times. This is going to be worse than this. A cup of dove's dung sold for 5 pieces of silver. So somebody was out there actually collecting bird crap to sell it. And people was buying it. One day, as the king of Israel was walking along the wall of the city, a woman called to him, please help me, my lord, the king. He answered, if the Lord doesn't help you, what can I do? I have neither food from the threshing floor, nor wine from the press to give you. But then the king asked, what is the matter? She replied, this woman said to me, come on, let's eat your son today. Then we will eat my son tomorrow. This is what people's mind state is going to be at. This is how they're going to rationalize their starvation. Let's eat our children. This is the time we're coming into. You see them people that's stealing and stuff. The next step is going to be to just eat their children. To put the children in the boiler, in the crock pot, and eat them. Especially if your child died from hunger and you hungry. Oh my God, my baby died. Well, we all can't die. Just put him in the boiler. They gonna skip burying the child and just put him in the boiler. It says, so we cooked my son and ate him. This is in the scriptures, bro. This is the Bible. People say the good book. This book ain't all about good. It's about woes and tribulations as well. It says, so we cooked my son and did ate him. Whoever that son was, that nigga's back today. Boy, whoever that kid was that got ate, he's back today. Finna get ate again. Okay? He got born to one of these monsters. And they want to eat him again. So we cooked my son and ate him. Then the next day I said to her, kill your son so we can eat him. And she has hidden her son. When the king heard this, he tore his clothes in despair. Like, damn, what the fuck? And you gotta remember, we Israelites, it's the royal people. So for us to get down to that level, it must have been bad. As the king walked along the wall, the people could see that he was wearing burlap under his robe next to his skin. I mean, he was in mourning, man. It was that bad. All right, well, people were literally eating their children. Let me grab one more before I play it again. It says, this is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 4. It says, and YAHAWASHI answered him, saying, it is written that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Most High. So we're not going to live by bread alone, bro. It's not you're not just surviving merely off of food. But that's what a beast thinks. A carnal man, a beast. Okay? They think that just because they got food, that's how they survive. No, it's the Lord that's keeping us alive, bro. You know, your heart can fail at any moment. You can choke upon a green bean and die. The Lord can take you out at any moment. It ain't the food that's keeping you alive. It's YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. People don't understand that, though. Okay? Let's grab this, too, Salaki. I want to bring this out real quick. And we'll play some more of this video. All right? Let's get it in the NLT. Brute beast. Because that's what these people are, bro. A brute beast has no spiritual discernment. It's all about stuffing their face and eating. Okay? Appeasing the flesh. All right? 2 Peter. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 12. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 12, it says, but these as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed. A lot of you people were born in vain, bro. You was born just to die. You was born to be in these famines and these plagues and these, you know, pestilences and disease. You was born to be taken by this stuff. That's what you was created for. So prophecy can be fulfilled. And that's a scary thing. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. They have no idea what's coming, bro. You about to utterly perish in your own corruption. You about to die. And still think it's sweet. Still think you got time. In NOT it says, these false teachers are like unthinking animals, creatures of instinct. And what does an animal, a creature of instinct does? All it knows is eat, sleep, shit, sex. That's all it knows. Okay, it ain't deep.
When we set out to make banquet,
and that's how our people have become. They ain't deep, bro. They ain't on a level. All right? Very low level, very low vibrational. Shalom, brother YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, Brakatah, the water. I'm gonna grab the brother in the Gad precept too. Somebody said, you have to eat a lot of vegetables to be full versus other food. We are shepherds, not farmers. Okay. I mean, you can eat meat too, bro. You know, ain't nothing wrong with eating meat. This whole vegan thing, bro. Eat some good meat. You know, eat some good meat that's, it's not pumped with a bunch of probiotics and, you know, not probiotics, you know, hormones and whatnot, you know. Probiotics and prebiotics are good for you. But eat some good food, some vegetables, you know. It says, let me finish this up. It says, in NOT, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12, these false teachers are like unthinking animals, creatures of instinct, born to be caught and destroyed. They scoff at things they do not understand, and like animals, they will be destroyed. You see an animal, have you ever been to a slaughterhouse? We used to go to slaughterhouses a lot when we were around Passover time. We would pick our own sheep with no blemishes, and we would watch this sheep get slaughtered. Okay? And it was one time when we went to go get one of these sheep, and the sheep, when it came out of the enclosure, it was running from us, but it didn't realize it was running right into the slaughterhouse. Okay? It had no sense. And that's you people nowadays. Scripture says, my people are led as sheep to the slaughter. You are running from the prophets right into the slaughterhouse, okay, to be put to death, and don't even realize it. That's how deep it get. Okay, it says their destruction is their reward for the harm they have done. They love to indulge in evil pleasures in broad daylight. They are a disgrace and a strain among you. They delight in deception, even as they eat with their own fellowship meals. Okay, yeah. So you people just ain't gonna make it, bro. You gotta be taken away. The Lord gotta destroy you, and we with it. All right, I'm gonna play some more of this. Let me grab one more precept on the comment board before I go. I'm gonna let this play out for the most part. Let the Spirit, move me to grab another precept. This is from the brother Nagad 144. Go watch and subscribe to the brother channel. Shalom, brother YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 22, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unstoned. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And this is what you're about to see by the end of this video. That people were just in there trashing these stores. These stores are going to run out of business, and they're going to be empty. So like I said earlier, what are you going to steal when there is no food in these stores, man? All right? Suddenly, these stores are going to be found empty, bro. It ain't going to be no more food to steal in these stores. Where's they going to start? They're going to start going to your houses, door to door.
Hey, man, meet me at Walmart, Myers, whichever one close to y'all. So we gonna get it going, man. They want to see we gonna stick together. We got to show them, hey, we gonna stick together, and we gonna run together. So, hey, man, get it together. This ain't never been through.
Look at that.
Look at this. They have booted.
This is what he was talking about. They just ran in there and started taking everything. Robbing the jewelry section. All that jewelry, much of that jewelry is fake anyways. But they robbing the jewelry section. They just taking shit now. They just taking everything. This is what's coming. So suddenly, side of these stores be empty. You gonna go to the store thinking you finna go grocery shopping, and it's gonna be looking just like this.
This is scary. They have looted everything. They don't. They're destroying everything. They don't care. Wow. This is scary.
What the hell she got on?
This is crazy, man. They're destroying everything. When they don't get their way, they're like overgrown tolerance because again, they're used to getting everything free and handed to them. So when you stop giving them stuff for free, this is what they do. They don't know any sort of accountability. They don't know how to do better for themselves because they're always trapped in that mindset of, I need a handout. Give me.
Mm-hmm. Entitled.
They don't care about going to jail. They don't care at all. Look at this.
Ew.
This is crazy.
That's disgusting, bro.
Wow.
This is why Jake gotta go, bro. Jake gotta fucking go, bro. We're not gonna feel inch remorse for you fucking niggas, bro. What is this? What are you doing? What are you doing? Her belly drooping. It's just like, what are you doing? Why you even dressed like that? Put some clothes on. You're going to make a fool of yourself, and they just filming you. This is disgusting, bro. This is what Jake has become. This is why 2/3 of our people going to have to die here in America. When you first came in the truth, we used to be like, damn, but Lord, all our people going to die. Now we see, Lord, kill these niggas. Put them out of their misery. They have been mentally destroyed by America, and the best thing you can do for them is put them down. When you got a racehorse that break his leg, you got to put that horse out of his misery, man. When you got an animal that gets sick, you got to put it out of his misery. It's suffering. Finish the job, man. The Lord going to have to come and finish the job for 2/3 of our people. Because these niggas are products of America. This is what America created, man. Let's bring this back. This is what America created, bro. All right? This is why they put you on food stamps and child support and you know, the Section 8 and shit. They want you to depend upon them. So they created these monsters, and these monsters will not be entering into the kingdom of heaven the first time around, bro. Okay? The Lord has no pleasure, can't do nothing with these niggas.
Because they're always trapped in that mindset of, I need a handout. Give me. Like, they don't care about going to jail. They don't care at all. Look at this. This is crazy. That's wow. Wow.
Holy cow, it's the first on damn Walmart. And the black cart is damn near empty. Everybody cart normal size. They're not paying no cash, because we're paying cash. Everybody cart normal, no $1,000 buggy. And this is, what time is it now? What, 12? What time is it? 3:34 on the first. And Walmart and stuff, the shelves nicely packed. Oh my gosh.
This is what happens when you don't give out that EBT. Now, I did some research and they say Walmart receives, they spend $2 billion on SNAP at Walmart per month. So there's $24 billion that Walmart is not going to get per year. So it is affecting them too.
Right now, short Walmart stocks, short Kroger. Your sales are going to be down, guys. Let's get it.
Thirst trapping at Walmart. Why don't you just go shop?
You don't want the chicken? They are not playing, y'all. They is walking around guarding the Walmart.
I said it's going to happen. I said that.
They is ready to get hit at the Walmart.
They're going to have extra security, police on duty, at these stores, bro. Trump sending, National Guard to these food banks and whatnot.
I don't think so. We all the time, never see them. They guarding the Walmart, y'all. I told y'all, we come here all the time. Y'all know, I do deliveries and stuff. We have never, ever seen two armed guard posts just walking around. But y'all be careful, like they's not playing.
Okay, so I'm like 10 minutes, 30 minutes maybe from my house. And I'm gonna show y'all, if y'all don't get y'all EBT, what to do. Y'all think because for some reason that they watching y'all, they not watching y'all, they don't care. Everyone is not paying attention to y'all. I'm in the white neighborhood at that HEB, and I'm gonna walk out with my groceries. Easy and easy peasy.
So they leave the black neighborhood, which is most likely impoverished, not all, but most, and they go to the white neighborhoods because they probably don't pay attention to them too much, or they're not really trying to stop them like that, right? A lot of, let's be real. If you see a black person in a white neighborhood, as far as a grocery store, you're probably gonna be like kind of shocked, and you're probably gonna leave them alone, right? So now they're invading every other ethnicity's grocery stores.
Nobody's looking at me. Nobody's gonna listen to me. I got my basket full of stuff, and I'm gonna just walk out. I'm gonna show y'all, but in a minute, gotta get some trash bags. Okay, y'all, this is everything I got. And this is the extra. And as y'all can see, is not any of my people. Any of my people, they're not paying attention. Camera, yeah, but oh well. I got my stuff. So if they're taking y'all EBT.
I remember one time, right? Quick testimony. I remember one time when we was younger, I had a cousin who came into town, right? This nigga came into town. This nigga was from Boston, Boston, Maryland. And he came into town, whatever, and we had went to the store, Nobody can't be hanging out around Jake ass, bro. We went to the store or whatever, and we was in the store, this like clothing store or whatever. I forgot what store it was. I forgot what it was called. I think it was Dillard's or some shit like that. But we was in the store or whatever. We went in the store and we just, normal shopping or whatever, looking around. Whole time this nigga was stealing. Whole time this nigga was and this reminded me of this. So Lucky, I'm on the sauce, man. Okay, we chilling today, all right. But we was in the store and this nigga was stealing. I had no idea this nigga was stealing the whole time. So they probably watching him on the camera. And then we go to leave, bro. We go to walk out. We walk out the store. We're outside the store, right? He pulls out of his pocket a fucking thing full of some cheap ass earrings. Look what I got. Look what I got. Why you pay? What, you pay for that? No. And he I never forget this, bro. As he's showing us the cheap, the color assorted earrings that he stole out of this store. Some guy in plain clothes walked up to him and put handcuffs around him. This guy in plain clothes walked up and put and as he's showing me with his hand the earrings, this guy just came up to him and put handcuffs around his arm and walked him back into the store. That was the damn, the theft prevention people. He went to jail for stealing some earrings. That was probably no more than $10, bro. All right, fake, color coordinated earrings, diamond earrings. That was fake as hell. He was stealing them, and they just came out there and snapped the handcuffs on him and walked him back into the store. When I saw her walking out, I thought about that. He just walk up to her, snap the handcuffs on her, walk her back into the store. But yeah, bro, that's the consequences of stealing, man. If you're gonna go in these stores and steal, expect to get arrested. All right. If not that day, in the previous, because they're gonna do investigations on you. And then you might not be able to go into that store anymore. They'll ban you from that store. But we had a guy that we kicked out of the camp. This nigga, we kicked him out of the camp or whatever. Because this nigga was just a nigga, bro. But this guy was acting a fool in all these stores. So he had got trespassed from all these different stores, man. Okay, so basically, anytime we wanted to go somewhere, we couldn't go nowhere with his ass because he was trespassed already. All right? So you got a lot of people, needless to say, you got a lot of people that's just niggas, bro. And the Lord gonna have to just do away with them, really. And you gonna see it with your own eyes. You're gonna see these niggas get done away with. I just thought that was funny. All right.
And get a basket for the just like I did. Easy, peasy, just do it.
At least you got some bananas. But
I was about to say the same thing.
But they going crazy out here, man. They invade any type of neighborhood. They don't care as long as they eat.
Hey, look. Hey, look. Nobody. Why are you shooting me?
Yeah, but you just showed your tag. That wasn't her tag.
See?
Parked in the back of the. She parked in the back of the parking lot.
Like I paid for it.
Look at
He
Eve.
threw something right in the back of her head. Why are these people behaving like this? This is New York City. Just a normal day. And they losing their mind.
Get the fuck out of here. When the EBT system goes down.
The captain says when the EBT system goes down. Look at all this food. Look at all this stuff.
And you know what's crazy, bro? Is that all that food, they're gonna throw it away. Anything that was in the refrigerator or the freezer, they're gonna throw it away. Because if it's out of the freezer or the refrigerator for a certain amount of time, they throw it away anyways. So it's just more waste. If you want that food, circle it back around in a few hours, it's gonna be in the trash can. Okay? Same food that you had in your carts. What shows you that just the waste of this country, bro. They're gonna throw it away anyways. You might as well just give it to them, just let them take it. Because if you're gonna throw it away anyways, just give it to them. You know? This country makes no sense. All right? Senseless. Let's grab this. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They're going to start invading your crib. If they invading these stores like this, imagine what they're going to do when they kick in your door. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. People going to be doing whatever they feel like, okay? They're going to have to get it how they live. And men shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, the gun, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation, man. All right? We're seeing this playing out. Verse 26, for the Lord knoweth for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you because ye have sinned against him. Right? The Lord ain't going to deliver you. He ain't going to feed you. He going to feed us, but he ain't going to feed a lot of you people out because you sinned against the Lord. You said you ain't need the Lord. Verse 49, I will send plagues upon the world. It's like I will send plagues upon thee. Widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Okay? They're going to kick in your door and start rummaging through your pantry, just like how they doing through these stores, man. Imagine somebody kicking in your door with a grocery cart and going through your pantry. This is going to get bad out here, bro. Verse 56, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. Yeah, trouble. It says, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountain shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. This is what's coming, bro. All right, this is what's coming. This is the reality that's being set upon you people, bro. When there's no more food to steal, people gonna start stealing each other, okay, and eating each other. All right, let's get ready to close out. I'm gonna finish playing this. I'm gonna close out.
Wow. Snacks, drinks, you name it.
That shows you that they depend upon these benefits, man. They depend upon this government. Without the government, they gotta walk out of the store with their head held down because they had a cart full of groceries that they ain't going home with now. A lot of these people ain't got no money, bro. They ain't got no kind of money. So they just go in there with, you know, hopes and dreams and the EBT card and thinking they're gonna be able to walk out with carts full of groceries. Real quick too, this remind me of down here in Florida. We had a hurricane one time. One time we had a hurricane, and it was a pretty bad hurricane and knocked out all the electricity on my block except for my lights. It's coincidentally. And my brother, Atazawam, second in command in the camp, this is when he was kind of first coming into the truth, you know? So he was at my house during the hurricane, and it was just really me and him there. And my whole neighborhood had a blackout. It had a blackout. The whole neighborhood was blacked out, and people was literally, you know, eating out of canned goods, bro. For a few days, people was eating out of canned goods because there was no electricity. You know, they was pretty much, people was hungry, people was suffering, right? But me and him, we was eating. We cooked like a 5-course meal. You know, we cooked a delicious meal. We had video games, we had movies, we was chilling the whole hurricane, man. But everybody else was suffering, starving, you know. When some of the lights did open back up, I was driving around, and there was literally long lines outside the pizza places, man. There was a pizza shop, a Chinese place. There was long lines outside because people had no food. They had no hot food, so they was going and trying to find food. But we was good, okay? We was good. Matter of fact, we was great. Okay, we had the electricity still running, AC on, food, fresh cooked meal. I forgot what exactly we had. We had like rice, beans, green beans, cornbread, chicken. We was eating good, okay? We had cooked, ate, played the game, watched a movie or two or three movies, and we was chilling. All while the storm was going on outside. You had people 2 houses down cracking open canned goods, eating out of canned goods, cold canned goods. But we was straight. All right? That's what the Lord going to do for his people. The Lord said, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. And that was a testament unto him because he was just coming into the truth. And he was like, wow, bro. Like, we was reading the scriptures, you know, going through the precepts. And I was building him up in the spirit while we was going through all that. But people was out there literally suffering and starving, hungry, eating cold canned goods. You know, they got to open up with a damn knife because they got these electric can openers that wasn't working, you know. So the water YAHAWASHI, man. And this time we coming into, we're going to see a lot of people suffering and starving, but we're going to be good, all right? Because, well, we took heed to the will of YAHAWASHI and the word of YAHAWASHI and was doing his will, not our own will. Don't get no better than that, bro. Let me grab this real quick. It says, it says, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. This is just the beginning, bro. We ain't seen nothing yet. You getting these little clips of people running out of stores and stores getting destroyed. This ain't nothing compared to what's coming. It says, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, which goes into bad times. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, right? This is your punishment for your wickedness, for your sins, for your disobedience. This is your punishment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. They ain't repenting. They just going out there and doubling down on their sins, stealing now. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils, bad times, grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. We're seeing this now. People don't know what the hell, they don't know what they're going to eat tonight, okay? I know what I'm eating tonight. I got food thawing out right now. I'm gonna put on the grill, man. But everybody else, they ain't doing so good, man. The Lord is with us, Akim and Akwaf. The Lord is with us. He ain't with everybody else. I always mention it in the movie, the book of Eli. You know, they were getting shot at in that house with them old cannibals, and she asked them, did the voice? He's talking about the voice, which was the Holy Spirit. You know, he said, did the voice say anything about this? He said, as it was getting shot at, you know, when it was getting blown away in his house, right? She said, did the voice mention anything to you about this? And he said, the voice said, we will make it out alive. As they shooting back and forth. And then the old people who were Edomites and cannibals, they said, what about us? He said, didn't mention you. And shortly after, they both died. Okay? So the Lord is only concerned with his elect. Everybody else, he ain't mentioning you. Okay? Reading on, it says, behold, the victory shall be so good, cheap upon earth, they shall think themselves to be in good case. People think you in a good case. No, you in a pitiful case. And they don't even realize it yet. It says, and even then shall evils, bad times, grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So yeah, you're going to die a horrific death. You're going to perish of famine. And if you escape the hunger because you got food, somebody's going to kick in your door and take your food, and they're going to shoot you in the process. Shall the sword destroy. It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There ain't going to be no more funerals. Wherever you die, that's where you're going to lay at, man. Okay? It's going to get bad.
I just learned so much about EBT or SNAP or whatever, and I'm kind of pissed off. Posted in one of my mom groups. Tell me all of your EBT tips and tricks to get the most out of it. So honestly, just curious, because I've never had like benefits or anything like that. Read through the comments, and I started to get really annoyed because I have worked very, very hard since I was 14 years old and paid into this for people to basically be abusing the system. Now, don't get me wrong. If you are a family or a single mom or single dad, and you genuinely can't afford food or to feed your family or whatever, and you need these benefits, no judgment at all. However, the people in these comments that are just abusing it was wild. Did you know that if you have EBT that you can get high-speed Wi-Fi from Xfinity for $15 a month?
That's crazy.
It's pretty fucked up because I pay over $100 a month for mine. And they get half off of Amazon Prime.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. No wonder they don't want. So it's not just the EBT food stamps and the Section 8 low-income housing. Now in cash assistance, they get free other benefits.
That's those benefits.
So they're basically living a life where they have to do nothing. You tell me your internet $15, then you're like free Amazon, like half off Amazon. This is wild, man. I didn't even know about any.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, because that's the thing now too. You get free daycare. You get a lot of stuff. You can get them benefits, man. So it's them benefits. The niggas didn't think they needed the Lord because they was getting all these benefits, man, all these goodies. It says, 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 9, it says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, because they get them benefits, bro. They don't know YAHAWASHI. They're not concerned with YAHAWASHI. They're getting them benefits. All right? I got to grab my Bible. I got the GNT Bible around here somewhere. I got to find it and grab it. I'm going to put it out here for my next video. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. That's why I just paid my damn internet bill. It was $99. Okay, $99, $100, bro. Okay? But other people out here getting $15 internet, that's crazy, bro. Just because you get food stamps. It says, the same must know it after death by pain. Oh, so let me go up. It says, and they that have loathed my law when they had yet liberty, and when as yet a place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. So what we come to understand and you know, to reverence in YAHAWASHI, you're going to come to understand too, but after death by pain. Okay? You have to understand the hard way.
It is.
Why? Because having your things delivered to you within 2 days is essential. It's a survival need. Don't think so. Walmart delivery, Target Circle, Shipped, DoorDash, they all offer discounts for EBT. That to me is wild. So you can go and be lazy and spend your money on having whatever crap delivered to your door. That to me is a luxury. That's a luxury.
And you know what's crazy too is that you got people, especially Jake, that will not try to do better in life because they want to continue to keep these benefits. They will not try to do better so they can keep these benefits. They don't want to make more money. They don't want to do, you know, get, you know, better jobs just so they can continue to benefit off these benefits. And that's setting yourself up for failure because eventually they're going to cut the benefits, man. Okay? You shouldn't want to depend upon this wicked-ass government in order to survive, man. Because what's going to happen? Whenever they cut you out, that's it. All right? I'm grateful that I don't depend upon this government for any damn thing. I don't get any of them benefits. I don't get any food stamps, any of that shit. I pay everything cash. I go shopping, it's coming out of my account. And it sucks when I see my account at the end of the day, but that's also as well, I understand that I don't need no fucking body for anything, bro. I go to work every fucking day at 4:30 in the morning. I bust my ass, I work, I go my ass home, I pay for what I need to pay for, and I ain't gotta beg a motherfucker for shit. I ain't waiting till the first of the month for a motherfucker to feed me or put some money on my card. I'm put money on my own damn card. All right? And that's through the spirit of YAHAWASHI. Get out of the mind state where you're depending upon your oppressor to feed you. Get out of the mind state where you're depending upon the government to take care of you. If you're depending upon the government to feed you, you can depend upon their ass to starve you. If you're depending upon the government to house you, you can depend upon them to make your ass homeless, bro. And as things get worse in this country, we're going to see a lot of people suffering. And it's really what they brought upon themselves. Get the fuck up and go to work. Okay? It ain't that hard to find a job, bro. I mean, it kind of is now, but it wasn't always hard, you know? You can get a job, bro. You can get a job, you can go work and do what you got to do to get your daily bread. All right? But Jake done got too comfortable here, bro. You thought this was your rest. This ain't our rest. This place is polluted, bro. This place is not our rest. So do not for a second get caught up in trusting upon your enemy, because what's going to happen, the next thing is going to be, hey, you want to get these benefits? Take this MOTB, and you're going to see your own family members, your own old friends, schoolmates, whatever. They're going to be taking that shit, bro. If you stand in a fucking a line for 4 or 5 hours at a food bank, 9 out of 10, you're going to take the MOTB. All right? It is what it is.
Museums, aquariums, and zoos are anywhere between $1 to $3 to enter. Again, these are luxury things.
I took my kid to the zoo earlier this year. It was $50. It was $50. You know, he got in free, but I had to pay $50, which I did it or whatever. It was cool. There was an aquarium. Or was it a zoo? I think it was both. But it was some money. But that's all right. I'd rather pay the money than to depend upon this government for anything, okay?
I don't take my kid to the museum every day because she needs to be entertained. These are special treats. We went on her birthday. We'll go for special occasions. Why do you deserve to go for $2 and I have to pay $25?
Shoplifting is becoming such a big problem for retail stores. They're trying new ways to stop thieves.
He's pulling the... Wow, look at this, man. They're fighting for that food. They losing their minds. It says, loss prevention shopping carts stop entering tracks. This is a good idea.
Problem for retail stores. They're trying new ways to stop thieves.
Hold up, bro. Look at the bottom of the cart.
They losing their minds.
Look at the fucking cart. They got Fanta. I haven't drunken Fanta in probably 10 years, okay? Fanta. If you still drinking soda, bro, you deserve whatever the fuck comes to you, man. What are you still drinking soda for? I couldn't imagine drinking a fucking Fanta soda right now, okay? You niggas, you don't need to eat this shit, bro. They helping you. They're really helping you. They got a bottom of the cart filled with Fanta. Oh my gosh.
It says, loss prevention shopping carts stop in their tracks. This is a good idea.
Problem for retail stores. They're trying new ways to stop thieves at the door.
At the Johnson Creek Fred Meyer store, these grocery carts are a new weapon in fighting shoplifting. There's something special in their wheels. Here's how it works. You fill up your cart.
I told you that was gonna happen. With them new carts they got, where you can scan all your goods as you put them into the cart. They're gonna have they AI powered carts. I put a video about that a few days ago. AI powered grocery carts. Where if you walk out the damn store with it and you ain't pay, they gonna stop the cart. I'm gonna run out the store with a cart. Yeah, the bitch gonna stop. I mean, you know how you had good brakes in your good front brakes in your bike when you was growing up, and you press them brakes going at full speed, you end up flying over the bike. You know, you end up. That's what it's gonna be when you try to run out them stores with that food, bro. You gonna fly over the front of the damn cart as they press the brakes on them things, man. And so be it, bro. We're not gonna feel an ounce of remorse for you people, bro. You shouldn't be stealing it in the first place.
And head to a check stand.
And when they go through the check lane, there's deactivators in each check lane and through self-checkout, and it will deactivate that from locking so you can leave the store with ease.
So if you don't go through a check stand...
Look at Eve. Yeah, bro. This is the measures Esau got to take now. Okay? You ain't gonna be able to steal. They gonna make it where you can't steal anymore. They gonna make it where it's impossible to steal. Wow. Total control.
What happens with the cart?
The cart will lock at the entryway.
The system is designed to prevent shoplifters from loading up a cart, then heading out the doors without paying. It's tough for store security to detain someone.
So before they help you and give you more benefits, they're gonna put money into a cart that's gonna stop you from stealing in the first place. You can't run out the door with it. Okay? They're gonna make carts that are AI controlled to where it's gonna pretty much stop on a dime. And as you trying to run out the store, the damn cart gonna stop moving.
Inside the store suspected of shoplifting, when the thief could always say they were planning to pay.
It does help prevent loss in our stores, definitely. You know, we would have certain incidents that happen where things go out the door, so now we can be more aware of it. It sets off a camera, and our loss prevention actually has to look at the camera and view every time that the doors go off.
No food stamps, no problem. Let's go in Walmart and see what we can do to make some meals. Come on, let's go.
Know what happened? I guess that's it. All right, so there you go. All right, principles edifying to those elect. Double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles, the great millstone who taught us his truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to those elect scattered abroad. Shalom to 144,000. And I might come back in a few hours or whatnot. We'll see how the spirit plays out. But yeah, man. Praise edifying was edifying. This lesson was edifying to those elect. Double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles, and the bishops that taught us his truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to those folks scattered abroad. Shalom to 144,000. We out of here, man. All right, you seen that, man. Hey, the time we're coming into, it's going to get worse. All right, you're not going to be able to steal very soon. All right, they're not going to make things better for you. They're going to make things worse. And in regard to you going in there and just taking what you want to take, that's coming to an end too. All right. Shalom, the water, call YAHAWASHI for listening in. Praise us to be edifying to the full elect. Shalom. Like, subscribe, and share. Shalom.